Remember the symbologist Robert Langdon in the movie The Vinci Code? The story claims that the Holy Grail is not a cup or vessel. Rather, it's a person, a woman to be specific. The Holy Grail symbolizes her womb, where she carries the holy blood. However, the Vinci Code is completely fictional and has been accused of distorting history, and I have nothing to say against this view. But this story gives us something to think about, some signs, some shapes, and their profound role in our history. In this video, we are going to talk about those mysterious signs that most of us are familiar with without being aware. It is said that the universe speaks to us through numbers and geometry. Patterns and geometric shapes can be seen wherever we look in this world. The Greek scholar Plato said, God is a geometer. The triangle is one such shape that is very unique. If you want to enclose any empty space with some lines, you need at least 3 of them. A triangle is therefore the simplest enclosed shape, the simplest polygon. The number 3 is very important in our civilization. Our reality is 3-dimensional. The number 3 and the shape of the triangle, therefore, occupy a very important place in all ancient religions. The source of all creation, Tridev, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar. 3 fundamental qualities in conscious beings, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, a symbol of wisdom and spiritual awakening, the third eye. Our experience of time is also threefold, past, present and future. Even if we look beyond ancient India, the importance of number 3 does not diminish. The Holy Trinity in Christianity, the Father, the Son and the Holy Spirit. This triangle, the eye of providence, represents the all-seeing eye of God. The ancient Egyptians considered the pyramid to be the gateway to the heavenly afterlife for the deceased soul. At first glance, this pyramid looks like a 3D version of a triangle. Not entirely, because its base is a quadrilateral. The use of triangles is also seen repeatedly in the architecture of the ancient Greeks. They used triangles to bring stability to the architecture and also for the symmetrical aesthetics of equilateral triangles. The Baghor stone found in the Son River Valley is considered by many to be the oldest evidence of goddess worship. The stone is most likely from the 9 to 10,000 BCE period, about 11 or 12,000 years ago. The Baghor stone is triangular in shape. It is most likely a naturally occurring triangular stone. Many believe that Baghor was the oldest place of this subcontinent where the goddess worship started developing, and this stone was the form of the Adi or ancient Matrika. Still, many local tribes of this area worship similar stones and call it Mai, meaning mother. However, I should also shed light on the other side of the story. The main objection against this view is that by associating their religious beliefs with symbols like the triangle, we are just imposing modern religious beliefs on ancient people. We are not sure if they could think so abstractly at that time. Their religious philosophies might have been different back then. We just don't know. To truly understand how ancient civilizations and cultures are related to each other, we should study the religious beliefs that primitive people gradually developed during the early days of human civilization. Their religious beliefs were shaped by the way they saw the world. The triangle is used in Tantra as a symbol of feminine energy and masculine energy. If the triangle is upright, pointing towards the sky, it is a masculine sign. People consider any rising figure to be a sign of brightness, activity, heat, the sun, etc. Hence, it is masculine in nature. And if the triangle is inverted, it is a sign of feminine power. It symbolizes womb, shelter, water, receptiveness, moon, coolness, etc. Just as Robert Langdon explained. In Tantra, the masculine energy is known as Purusha. Lord Shiva embodies that sacred energy, whose abode is Mount Kailash. The Prakriti of Tantra is a goddess, the primordial mother. She is seen in various forms including Parvati, Kali, Durga and many more throughout the subcontinent. The point these two meet at is the point of creation, and if they coincide, then a Shatkona or six-pointed star is formed, the union of Shiva and Shakti. Noteworthy is the symbol of our heart chakra or Anahata chakra is also a Shatkona. It is located right between the upper and the lower three chakras. What we have been talking about so far without naming is the Yantra. The three main elements of Tantra Shastra are Tantra, Mantra and Yantra. A Yantra is a geometric diagram created by the combination of several geometric shapes. It is believed that the use of Yantra is a very ancient practice. In simple terms, Yantra is the visual representation of the energy of the associated deity. Yantra is used for visualization and meditation purposes. Yantras are believed to be a finer medium for meditation than idols. Therefore, not everyone has the right to interact with a yantra. They should have proper training. Even though different communities have their own methods and beliefs regarding yantras, generally yantras are created on metals like copper, brass, gold, silver, etc. and not on the ground. Usually the yantra is painted with sandalwood powder and vermilion. What does the yantra actually symbolize? Yantra symbolizes a temple, in the sanctorium of which the deity resides. But in a subtle sense, yantra is a symbol of this body as well, in which the Supreme Being resides. Dots, quads, circles and triangles are the major shapes in the yantric diagram, where each one symbolizes a specific kind of cosmic energy. The square is the symbol of order, structure and stability. It is also called Bhupura, the ground plane. The circle is a symbol of infinity, completeness and rotation. Triangles, as I already said, symbolize two different forces of creation, and Bindu, the point, symbolizes the single point from which all creation originates, which is formless and unexplainable in language. At the same time, lotus flower petals are an important part of yantra, which has been considered as a symbol of spirituality in India since ancient times. It can also be seen as a symbol of spiritual awakening. In this way, step by step, we learn deeper truths of our existence. We travel from this world to the infinite universe, then the two opposing forces of creation, and finally, we come to know the Supreme, who is above all, unexplainable. Well, just a random fact. Look at this sign. All the three shapes of yantras are used here. It is sign of Paraspathar, the philosopher's stone. Alchemists have long tried to create this stone, which was thought to turn any metal into gold at its touch. It was also considered an ingredient for making elixir, Amrit. Anyway, no evidence of this has ever been found. In alchemy, the upward triangle is the sign of fire and the downward triangle is water. Quite similar. We already have talked about the Satkona. Now let's see the symbol of the Sumerian goddess Inanna. It was an 8-pointed star. It is also called the Star of Ishtar. Most likely, these 8 points of the star symbolize Inanna's different sorts of powers, including love, fertility, beauty, war, etc. She is very similar to goddess Durga, the lion-riding warrior. Well, I was talking about the upward and downward signs. Let's explore that even more. Today, these two symbols are widely used to denote female and male gender. This sign was used in alchemy as the sign of Venus and Mars. In terms of elements, this is iron and this one is copper. Alchemy has its roots in various ancient cultures, including Egypt. In this sign, the arrow above symbolizes the spear of the Roman god of war Mars or Greek god Ares, and the round part is his shield. On the other hand, This symbol is actually a hand mirror of Venus, the Roman goddess of beauty and fertility. If we look at Indian astrology, we will see that Mars is generally seen as a sign of courage, strength, enthusiasm, action, and passion. On the other hand, Venus is considered a symbol of beauty, happiness, charm, peace, and luxury. Originating in ancient China, this yin and yang also symbolizes the interaction and balance of two opposing forces, not exactly masculine or feminine though. The black portion, yin, symbolizes mystery, eclipse, and earth, kind of feminine. Yang, on the other hand, symbolizes openness, light, activity, and sky, kind of masculine. But if you observe, you will see that there is a small part of the other in both of them. A little bit of yin in yang and a little bit of yang in yin. Creation was the greatest wonder to primitive humans. It was magic for them. The birth of something new, be it a new human being, crops, or a domesticated animal, was essential to their survival as a group. To keep this cycle of creation going, God's help was needed. They understood from their surroundings that creation is usually a result of the union of two opposite forces, which people have called by different names all across the globe. Hope you like this video. It takes a lot of hard work to make videos like this. So please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Ending here for today. See you soon.